What's up? First video, we got a much better setup now from that last video. Please don't watch it. I use my AirPods as a mic. These are just a headset because I don't have like any earbuds I can put in. So, zilch, I don't want to hear nothing. We got a little Ring camera, which we had that last time, but it was not looking as good. We're hooked up to my computer now, so you'll see me looking that way. Yeah, this is all weird. My camera's right here. I'm looking at myself so I know what the fuck's going on. But anyways, I digress. We got the Weenie Hut Junior's hat for Christmas, and since it's the New Year's, I figure we do our first AR pistol build of the year. Now, hopefully I'll get to do more. I don't know. I might have more ARPs coming in. This is just the one I have now. So we're gonna go and do a part by part, talk about every piece I have on here, where I got it, what I plan to do with it, if I plan to replace that specific part, because I know a couple things like the bolt carrier group, the buffer system, all that gone. Might replace the brace. Want to get a stock. I want to SBR this, but don't want to do that right now. So, perchance in the future, we have a Palmetto State lower. Gonna put this right here. PSA lower. We've got an SBA3 brace. Love this thing. I've heard really good stuff about the SBA5. Might swap over, but then again, I did just say I'm thinking about SBR in it, and I kind of want to go with the B5 system stock. But yeah, we have a Magpul bad lever. Love these things. I used to hate it. I thought it was just some extra nonsense, which, a lot of this is going to be extra nonsense. I wanted to add as much weight to this build as possible because it's such a small system. But it really makes things easy whenever you're running drills, you're fast firing like I do, you're mag dumping and everything. It helps you out with just slightly faster reloads. For the grip, because it's a Palmetto State lower. They don't come with these grips. They come with their nasty little Magpul grips. I hate Magpul grips. Don't. If you're in the comments and you're talking about how Magpul grips are superior over this or that, I don't want to hear it. BCM grips, yeah, sure, they're nice, yeah. But I prefer the Defco, DFCO, I'm going to call it Defco, Kung Fu grip. You get a really nice feel. You get that finger groove. Just you can really, really get it in there. We have an HRF mag wheel. Plastic. I paid $45 on mine. I got it on deal. It's usually like 57, which isn't bad. I don't remember how much Radiant charges for their mag wheel. Probably like $100. So not bad at all, and it's really thick too. We got our super safety. Now this is everybody's favorite part. Everybody who I've shown this gun to, they love this part. There's a third feature. It's a forced reset trigger, completely legal, or acts the same as a forced reset trigger. It is not an auto sear, it is not a switch, it is not a conversion kit, or anything along that line. I have a H1 buffer. I am going to swap over to either the BCM, or I think it's called Gazelle. I'm swapping over to their buffer systems. I personally don't really know the difference between a nice buffer and a bad buffer. I've been using the same one that came on my PSA lower. It's been working for me. For the upper, we've got... We're going to take this apart a little bit. Regular, degular bolt carrier group. This is from PSA. It's like a $15, $16 one. It was from my old PSA upper, which was like a 7.5-inch barrel. I think it was the Marauder, whatever. You can look it up. It's like a $400 ARP. Because, I have a cheap bolt carrier group. Then I have like a $130 charging handle. Make it make sense. I don't know. That's dirty, and I'm putting that on my clean desk. Oh well. Now time for the actual upper. We got our sights first. One of the more important parts. So I have an actual site and then two backup sites, or one backup site technically, because they. But I have Magpul iron sights. These are actually plastic or polymer. They're the cheap ones. I want to upgrade them. I want to get a fixed front iron sight. I'll probably go with Daniel Defenses. I like the way they look, or one of the ones from Midwest Industries. Couldn't think of the name. They have really cool looking ones. They have some that are like meant for the IR lasers, and I'm hoping to one day get an IR laser. But we ain't got IR laser money. We ain't even got nods money, and you don't need an IR laser if you don't have nods. Um, we got EOTech, and like I said, I do one day want to. So we went and got the EXPS 3-0, which has night vision mode. Now, looks beautiful. I'm gonna have the iron sights co-witness with the EOTech, so I'm not getting a riser. I honestly hate the way risers look too. I know they have their benefits. I get it, but aesthetically, this looks better in my opinion. I want to get a magnifier. I've been looking at magnifiers. Specifically the Sig Juliet 3-time micros. Beautiful. They're like 200 to 300 depending on which one you get. I might go with that one. Now this the third most important thing when you get an AR. Because there's like a list of important things. You get sights, you get flashlight, and then ammo. Flashlight, we got an HLR ProTac HLX. Actually, I didn't even pay for it. I traded like an O sight for it. Great flashlight, bright. You guys want to see? We've got a pressure pad. Not just that, we have a custom mount for our pressure pad, which, I'm a bitch for custom. I love it. Uh, it does stick up a little bit, but those little rubber pieces that come with yours? Mine didn't come with one. That's why I said it was cheap. I got a trade. Um, so for the longest, I just had the original button, and I was pressing it to use it. Not just that, but I was like taping this whenever I did want to use it. Hated that. Now we got these little rails. I got these rails from like Shop. It's an app called Shop. That's all it is. I just looked up M-Lock handguard rail covers. These were the first to pop up. Seen a bunch of oh wow. Yeah. Seen a bunch of different brands. And these like have some real texture to it, like I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can make that out. They have some real, scratch. But, we got the Defco Tiger Claw. Personally, not a fan from it. I'm coming from a 16-inch platform. I had the BCM angled vertical foregrip. It's called the vertical, but that bitch is like 89 degrees, so it's angled. Now we have a couple things that we have to put on here. I have a Surefire War Comp, which is suppressor ready. So I have to swap out the compensator. But I don't have the tools to do that right now. We're going to do that on our own, another day, whatever. We have a 10.5-inch FN barrel with a 9-inch handguard. Now the barrel, the reason why this costs so much is because this is cold hammer forged, chrome lined. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just a fun little gun. AR pistol. Shit hits the fan. Next gun I build out is going to be, a 14.5-inch M4 A1. And it's going to be made out of some good parts. LMT spears. I'm going to put some shit on it. I don't want to hear y'all talking. This is just the beginning of it. We are looking at a couple of suppressors. So far, I'm thinking of the Surefire suppressor, just because, I'm going with the Surefire comp. I'm not going to have to do any extra work. Yeah, I'll have to spend a couple of extra $100 when a dead air is just as good, So, what we have next on the agenda is a sling. One of the most important parts on an AR. This bad boy. We got a Blue Force, just Blue Force gear. I don't know slings. I honestly have just used, the cheap, shitty sling that I had for the longest, which was like a 1-point sling, which I had stuck on here. It was like a little clip. Hated that thing. Never used it unless I absolutely had to. Now I went and spent money on a good sling. I got a little mount right here to attach that to. Then we attach that to the other part to, right there. Little swivels. Hate slings. But you need them. Now, there's not really much to go over. I mean, like, that's everything on the ARP. We got our little plug down here. Forgot to mention that. Keep batteries for the EOTech and the ProTech. That's just about everything. Let me know in the comments what parts you would recommend putting on here, like bulk carrier groups specifically. Looking for a good bulk carrier group, I'm thinking BCM, because this has a super safety in it. It's high rate of fire, force reset triggers. You're going through ammo, boo 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 boo. Now this one, I haven't had any issues with it. I'm not doing accuracy training with it. It's just for fun. But I do want to build this up as a nice little pistol. I'm thinking BCM. That's the best one I've heard. I've heard good things about Micro Best. The Surefire one's like $500. Unfortunately, I'm not spending that right now. Not on this one, at least. Maybe on another gun. That's like my rent. That's 2 of my car payments. That's 4 of my car insurances. Yeah, I spend way too much money on this shit, man. It's insane. But yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Check out my other video where I put in the, Kung Fu claw grip, the pistol grip and everything. Check that video out. It's also on my page. Also check out my shorts. Would greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. I need you guys. Thank you.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom.